Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not, and you're listening to the Potter Than Hell podcast with Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan. But you knew that, didn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Potter Than Hellions. Welcome back to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is Steve. With me tonight is
BC.
And on his left is
BB.
And across from him is
Dylan.
Hi, guys. Hey. We're back. Back here in the studio of the 60s. Were we here? We weren't here last week, were either? Were we?
Yeah.
Were we?
Yeah. I wasn't.
Oh, we did. Oh, yeah, you skipped out last week. That's right.
I took a break.
He used a break. Yeah, he uses vacation day.
Yeah.
All I wanted was a Pepsi and a break.
I think you're out of days.
No.
You used them all up. Welcome back, everybody. I'm glad we're here. I forgot about that. I was going to say, and because last week we did the, I'll do that early. So we did the Black Friday stuff. We did songs with either Black in the title or Black in the band name. Pretty good one. Dylan gave a list but didn't participate, and I enjoyed it. Dylan, since you weren't here for it, what did you think of the list, the overall thing?
I thought they were good. I didn't have many complaints about the list. I know that it seemed like I was hitting most of my picks, but some of them didn't land quite as well with you. But that happens. But for the most part, I thought everybody did a great job picking.
How about you, BB?
Yeah, fun episode. I'm glad Dylan got actually the time off. He blacklisted us, but hey, that's okay.
Especially you.
But yeah, that's a great episode, great topic, especially, right around the corner being Black Friday.
A couple days from now.
Couple days, yeah. Yep. So get your internet shopping going.
I'm all messed up.
But yeah, it's like I said, great topic, and you don't realize how many songs out there have the word black in it.
Yeah, when I click on my
amount of bands.
Or bands, yeah. You click on songs on your Apple Music or Spotify, whatever
Black.
you use, and it's like, whoa. What do you think, BC?
Oh, it was a good time. I mean, like you said, you click on Black, it's like, holy shit. You don't realize until you delve into it.
Yeah, there was no lack of picks, and there weren't any. There weren't any that I had to kick back either. I don't.
No,
think.
you
was there? Yeah,
there was one.
Crowbot. Yeah, because BB picked it. That's true. That's true.
I discovered them, BB.
I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Well, at least you both showed Pennsylvania love.
I was happy to see them represented.
Well, Pottsville love.
That album's great.
All right. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Fun episode. Just like I said, it's just an excuse to talk about the shit we like, and sometimes. Like I said, it's even fun when you talk about shit you don't like.
Yep.
And you may get a little bit of that tonight also.
We just might.
Yeah. So before that, last week, all of us went to the Accept and Queensryche show down at the FM Kirby Center in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, the Volume and Vengeance tour. And we went and had a little dinner beforehand, and I don't even know what the name of that place is next door.
It's Franklin's.
Franklin's, okay, Franklin's. Good food. We had a good time there. Met up with the crew. We had Granza and Mo and Ray and Richie and Richie's girlfriend and Chris's girlfriend Pam and Steve Kaharski and his lovely wife were there, and we had some interlopers as well that we did not plan on being there, but which was if you want to know the story, message me on whatever, and I'll tell you. It's just it's insane. It's freaking crazy. But
and it's just funny that one of the songs that we will be talking about tonight is pretty much speaks for itself.
Oh yeah.
I know,
and he picked it.
And it's so. I don't know.
That's
now I know why you picked
that. Yeah.
Our Motorhead person was there as well, Jim Polkowski.
Jim Polkowski was there taking
Polkowski.
pictures. He got a good picture of us guys in the row there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll just get into the show a little bit. Accept started a couple of minutes early.
Yeah.
Because we were getting ready to go in, and they were started already.
And they played Jersey Turn last night. They put on there, we start at, get their...
They're like, boom.
We go in at this time.
I mean, their set is like boom as well. It's just one song after the other.
It is. I mean, great set. No shark, though, for Fast as a Shark. No inflatable shark in the crowd. Yeah. Mine's right over there.
I'm going to say that's because
somebody
stole it.
It's over there.
They don't have a shark nose.
I took the shark last time.
God damn it, we can't even do the shark nose. Somebody took it.
Well, I didn't know they were going to leave it in the pit. You know, it was fair game.
My only complaint about Accept was that they should have ended with Pandemic and not Balls to the Wall. Because Balls to the Wall just come. I understand why they end with Balls to the Wall, but it's just so much more of a come down after how rocking Pandemic is. You have the back and forth guitar playing. It's a up pace song. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Pandemic was fucking phenomenal. And I like that they do a good mix of Mark stuff and classic stuff. And like I can live without Midnight Mover. I never vibe with that song. That one, and
you just start getting seizures thinking about the music video.
Straight Up Jack was okay. That's a little more tame than the rest of the stuff. But Queensryche was fantastic. They had a not a great mix of Todd material in classic Queensryche material, but there were 3 Todd's era songs in the set list, which I enjoyed. And but I mean they're great, man. They just right, and everybody sounded great too. Yeah, everybody sounded excellent. And I was surprised because I was racking my brain at the this is a little spoiler if you haven't seen the tour yet, you don't want to know the set list, but they went off, and I'm thinking, well, they came back out with New Regal, but then I'm like, they played Empire, they played Jet City Woman, they played Eyes of a Stranger, they played Take Hold of the Flame, they played Queen of the Reich, and I'm like, what the fuck are they going to close the show with? They did, like, I remember now, Anarchy X and Revolution Calling. Was it? Yeah. Yeah, Revolution Calling, the in and up. I'm like, that was freaking great. But I was like, what the fuck are they going to play? But it was very cool, good show. No opening bands. It was just Accept and Queensryche. I wish Accept played a little longer.
Yes, yeah.
And Balls to the Wall was slowed down a little bit. And if you want a full review of the show, check out our latest episode of I Remember Now, the Queensryche podcast. Myself and Ray talked about that on our. Actually, we recorded a couple days after the show because he was at the show the night before we went, and and he went with one of our podcast listeners out there, Jim from Irwin. So check that out if you want to hear a full blast of the show. So what'd you think of the show, BB?
Yeah, that was great. And I like you said, I wish Accept played a little bit longer because it seems like every time we get down to the Kirby Center, it seems like we're always out of there kind of early. You know what I mean? Like
we were home by 11.
Yeah, so that's kind of, I know they came on at like 7:55. They played for in a little bit over an hour. And then Queensryche set up
6:55.
And that was 7:55.
No, it was 6:55.
Oh, was it?
6,
okay.
So it was that early.
Yeah.
So so maybe because they start early, it just seems you're out of there so much earlier.
Well, we're old. We need to be in bed early.
I mean, that's true.
It was also a weekday, so maybe they were cognizant that people.
No, all the shows.
Yeah, but I thought the set lists were great. They, like maybe like you said, Steve, a little bit more of the Todd stuff, but nobody's going to know it. But I think both bands they put a really respectable playlist together. They kind of covered a lot of bases, a lot of hits, a couple deep ones, and I thought it was really good.
As always, Accept brings it. I mean, those guys, and they had one less guitarist this time, but
and Phil
Schaus
just kicks ass too. I mean, he if you think it's just Wolf Hoffman playing solos, it's not. Phil just plays. They do a lot of back and forth, and there's songs where Wolf doesn't solo at all, and it's just Phil. And Phil fucking tears it up, and he's a super, super nice guy, too. So I enjoyed that. And speaking of concerts, BC, are you saving up your money? Because you're going to need a lot of money to go see Megadeth on the fucking moon. You want to play on the fucking moon.
I'm there. Yeah, that's quite the...
Talk about reaching for the stars. Not quite the stars, but,
You're not reaching, close. You're in the stars.
I mean, he thought it was something when Metallica played on Antarctica.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why he's doing it.
Dave Mustaine was quoted talking to Metal Hammer that he wants their last concert to be in space, and he said, "I hope we'll be playing up in space. I think that will be a really fitting climax. And I'm not talking about on the side of a vomit comet, a gig on the moon, a full moon landing. That would be cool. I saw they sent a bunch of celebrities into space, and I thought, well, if them, why not me, you know? I'm just watching how that all progresses. I know Elon Musk and Richard Branson were working on interstellar travel. I think people are going to be traveling to space a lot sooner than you think." Yeah, he's something else.
However, if you recall, Motley Crue on the new Tattoo album has a song, First Band on the Moon.
Oh.
So you know what? I got to change our gem song. When we do the gem song, that's what it's going to be. First Band on the Moon. And we'll save this other one that we talked about for next week, which will be a little more closer to what it's about. But, yeah, I mean, come on. Whatever to get your name in the, Mental News or whatever the fuck, just, calm the fuck down, Dave. And also, still speaking of concerts, tonight is the 25th of November, by the way. Tomorrow night, myself and the Killer Bees here are going to see Zach Sabbath, minus Dylan again, apparently. There's a band called Bonfire that's opening the show, and there's some band in the middle that we're just going to stay at the bar for, because, we're not going to have no interest in them at all.
VC and I may actually be on stage singing every song, but
well, good. I want you to, because however you sing it, you're going to sing it better than fucking Dario.
Oh!
Black Chapel's going to be playing.
Dark Chapel.
Dark Chapel. Whatever. Same fucking thing.
Zach Chapel.
Zach Chapel.
Black Chapel and Black Chapel.
and Dark Sabbath.
With Bon Chapel.
Dark Sabbath.
Yeah, there's too many. There's just mix and match.
So, I would rather an instrumental tour from them. But so we're going to see that. So we'll report back on how that show was.
So next week's episode, we'll be talking about how much Steve loved the show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially
I
Dark
will enjoy
Chapel.
the
Really
show.
good live.
Just hopefully the PA will go out for the vocal parts. All right, so I think that's all I got. So before we get into it, what are we listening to? BC, what do you got going?
I just totally digging the Metallica channel. I'm sorry. They played a show from Buffalo, New York, and home of the Buffalo Bills Stadium. They played.
There you go.
I mean, it's just so cool. I guess.
At least someone good plays there.
Yeah, that's true. I can't argue.
That's true.
No.
How about you, Don?
I haven't had much time to listen to too much, but I have been reading Ozzy's posthumous memoir, Last Rites. That's really good. And I love that you could tell that Ozzy wrote it, because he goes off on tangents, but it adds to the flavor of it for me. Like, it makes it more realistic, because I could just picture myself sitting with Ozzy and him telling me all these stories, and then
And the
he
conversation
goes,
will
that,
take a left or
that
take a
reminds
right.
me of this time, and it's like, yeah, okay, this is definitely written by Ozzy. This isn't maybe a ghostwriter jotted down his words, but it felt like he is talking to you, which
and it was,
I was concerned about.
He finished it a couple days before he passed away, too.
That's why I was concerned. I'm like, how's this going to be? Because I know the Dio one he was starting to write it, right? And then, Wendy had to finish it. And I think Prince, actually, connected to something else, has a similar situation where he has it written, a bunch of stuff for his eventual memoir, but never finished it before he passed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You and Pooney will buy that one.
Yeah.
How about you, BB?
Just trying to check out some new music, because like now you're in that window of bands like releasing stuff that it's probably not going to make your list of the end of the year. So I was kind of curious of what the band Treat was going to sound like with their new album, The Wild Card. Came out on Friday. There's some good stuff on there. Once again, all these cool bands releasing stuff on Frontiers, they start having that Frontier sound that just absolutely fucking makes me just so irate. There are some songs on here that do sound like, oh, they're definitely a Frontiers band. And then there's other songs like, boy, that was fucking good. Like, why isn't the rest of the album like this? So, it's like a hit or miss. There are some good songs on there. It's a little longer. It's 13 minutes. They could probably do the old-fashioned thing and cut it down to 8, put 4 on a side, and send out the album, and cut out those 5 songs that sound like Frontiers, and and make a really good album. But it's just one of those things. Once they get on there, that's the path they take. They just kind of have that sound.
The same producers.
They have to. They have to use the same.
I don't know,
exact guys.
Almost like a Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
I don't know. That Del
producers.
Vecchio guy's gone now. The guy that was writing all the stuff and producing all the stuff, he's not there anymore.
Eduardo Carruccio.
But so many of them just sound. You wouldn't know. You put them in a. They all sound.
Yeah, they all sound the same.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know who's who.
Yep. All right, and for me, I was checking out the new Slash live from the Serpent Festival that BB and I went to. That's like 2 years ago now.
Is it?
I think, yeah. Last like September we went.
Yeah.
I think 2024. That was really good. I enjoyed that. I was going back to. There was a lot of talk like in our text group. I'm in a text group with the guys from the Asylum podcast, and they were talking about Accept quite a bit because Ray and Jim had gone to the show, and so there was a lot of talk about Russian roulette, Accept Russian roulette. So I went back, I spun that one. Blood of the Nations I spun. So he's been a little mini Accept binge there. Little Mark, little Udo, and then I've been trying to pare down my list for the end of the year. So I've been listening to a lot of the albums from 2025. So I've been trying to pare that down. Let's see. I have the number. I'm up to 90 albums that I wrote down. I don't have to pare down 90. I have it narrowed down to probably about 30 or so, but I'm working on it. I'm sure you guys are too in some way or another. So that's what we got going. Little Ozzy Last Rites biography for Dylan. The new Treat Wildcard album for BB. I checked that out too. I enjoyed a lot of the stuff on there. BC's kind of binging on the Metallica XM channel. And I've been listening to some Slash Live, some Accept, and some albums from this year. So what we're going to do this week is we were kind of talking about one night, I think it was after we were done recording here, where that's where a lot of our episode ideas come from when we're shooting the shit when we're done. Having a couple beers after we record, and we usually hang out for a couple more hours and have many more beers, and so and it's really just the podcast continues. We're just not recording it. It's just like an everyday occurrence for us, and then BB be like, hey, how about this and how about that, and that's how we come up with a lot of the episodes that you guys hear just from our bullshit sessions after we record for 2 hours. So this one came up a couple months ago, probably, I don't know, maybe in the summer. I think we were bullshitting about, whatever. So we were talking about, albums like, because I know we did album sides where there's like one song like ruins it for you, but we wanted to talk about something that you consider a perfect album side. So, with streaming and stuff now, but even if it's something that's just streaming, you could take half or whatever, but I don't think anybody did anything really recent that I could see. I think maybe 89 or 90 was the latest one, maybe.
Oh, Jackyl's 91.
91. So 91's probably is the
wow.
The highest year that we went up to, and I know we have one album from the 70s, and so we flipped the
Flip the script.
Pulled the names out of BB's Boston hat, and because it was funny because I had Boston smoking on my stereo when BB walked in. He started jamming out, and he had his Boston hat on, so we figured we'd draw the names out of the Boston hat. Which we usually draw the names out of your hat, regardless of what it is.
Yep.
That album could have been in this list.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That would have been too easy.
Yeah, ground ball to first.
I
I
could
could have picked either side actually.
Yeah, I mean that's a perfect album.
I think there's I would say 2 easy grounders on this list. Easily. I have one and BB has one, in my opinion.
I think you picked one.
Yeah. But so we drew out of the hat. Now, BC, you came up first. What 3 albums you got, BC? Album sides. Perfect album sides.
All right. I'm going to start off with I picked Skid Row from 1991 with their album Slave to the Grind, side 1. Or A, whichever you want to go with it. But I think this is a very strong album, period. But you put it on, it just rips your head off right from the get-go with opening tune, Monkey Business. Opens up with some clean guitar start with Sebastian vocals into this heavy riff with the cranking cowbell in it. It just ripping song, strong backing vocals, the solo. You got a little tad of double bass in there every now and then if you're listening to it with the phones on. Then right into Slave to the Grind, the second track off the side one, chugging guitar build up, just ripping with the drums. I think it's perfect. There's plenty of Wright cymbal in there. You gotta have Wright cymbal. Short solo, but the rest of the song makes up for the short solo. Threat. I just think that the opening riff with this, with the kick drum, again into a strong riff with a lot of cool leads in there. More strong backing vocals. I like the solo, and it has the rhythm guitar playing behind it. When you can hear that stand out, total killer. Then they slow it down for a little bit for Quicksand Jesus. A little acoustic start with the vocals. Slower tune. Sebastian's vocals on this is powerhouse vocals. Too bad he turned into... Anyways, but slower tune, but very, very good. Then they turn into their next song, Psycho Love. It opens up with this slamming bass and shit, chugging guitar riffs. A song hits home for me, so,
I wish it was Psychotherapy from the Ramones.
No.
You don't like that,
yeah. That's a Skid Row classic.
Stupid.
You put out an album. Come on, give me.
Psychotherapy.
You can see it. And then they close out the side with a cool, fun tune, which I thought they should have put it to close out the album. But a song called "Get the Fuck Out." It gives a fun tune, lot more cowbell, killer bass, riffs, fun lyrics, and then that's side one. You go through the other ones, or
Yeah, let's do all three of them. We'll just kind of talk about them in a group.
then I went back a couple years to a debut of a band Tora, Surprise Attack, with again side one. Opens up with these guys are from Memphis down south, so it opens with "Loves a Bitch." Got like good catchy riff, big bass. Anthony's vocals are so distinctive, I think. Good melodic solo. It has the background vocals. Second track, 28 Days. Little drum fill started to a killer riff with the hi-hat ride back and forth. To me, the drums really stand out in this. Short solo, but cool. A little sounds like a little slide to it. Third track is Hard Times. Kind of a heavy bluesy riff. And the bass and drums have such a good groove. Bluesy solo, I thought. The breakdown part after the solo is pretty cool. Track 4, Guilty. I think this is one of the singles. I don't know. More distinctive riffs. I just love the tone of the guitar throughout this album. Bass drums, groove, strong, back, more cowbell, and their solo. And then the out solo is very cool too on this. And then the last song on the side is Phantom Rider. Acoustic start with acoustic start and vocals till they kick it in with the scream. And I think it's, again, the tone of the guitar in this album, especially this song. And then with the kick drum, and just very distinctive sound this band had. And okay, my third pick from the same year, 1989, with another debut album from the band Vain with No Respect, side 2. Side 2 with the title track with No Respect. Starts off slow, kicks in with the heavy riff and the drums and everything. Has a pretty cool pre-chorus. Solid solo. Second song would be Laws Against Love. Got some slow chugging guitars on this. Builds up to the chorus. And again, it has like a big chorus and group vocals. Then we have a third track off side 2. Down for the third time. More killer snare. I think the snare really sounds good on this album. You got to have a good album with a good snare. I like the guitar parts underneath it until the heavy pre-chorus. And then fourth track in the side is the reason I picked this side is Icy. favorite Vane tune of all time.
Oh, you gotta love the Vicey.
I see. Groovy riff, has a killer bass and drums, a big chorus, and then of course a solo. Then you gotta do they slow it down for a little bit with a ballad, typical ballad, big background vocals, typical solo. And then you finish off the album with the song Ready, heavy riff, standout ripping solo. Again, more killer snare drum sound on this song. And that was my 3 picks. Dylan.
Well, you got screwed by Steve because he left off Phantom Rider from
Tora Tora.
And we all listened to the first side of Vane, No Respect.
Look at him.
Fuck. Which I think the first side is a perfect side. Yeah,
I know. I got it right there. What you sent me.
That was a mess up on the Podfester's part.
That was me.
I didn't listen to the second side, but the first side is fantastic. I mean,
it's a great album.
Yeah, it's a No Respect is a great album.
It's fucking icy.
So
I'll get into that.
I could comment on the first side, and it's perfect. It's basically a greatest hits almost for them, minus icy. For Tora Tora, I thought that was a really solid gut punch going forward. No slow songs, all very catchy. Has their kind of big song with 28 Days on there. I thought that was a fantastic pick.
You lift off Phantom Rider?
Yep, he did. And Slave to the Grind. So I could personally do without Quicksand Jesus, but Sebastian Bach's vocals are fantastic on it, phenomenal. But I mean, the rest of the songs surrounding it are great. I mean, Monkey Business. You think that Slave to the Grind would be the perfect opener for this album, but I think Monkey Business has that build in the beginning of the regular just kind of guitar alone, and then the kind of cowbell coming in, and the whole band and Sebastian scream. Great start. And I mean, The Threat is a classic, and Get the Fuck Out is a great way to close a side of an album. I'll get more cowbell in it.
More cowbell,
love it. It's a classic, and the wild thing is that one of the versions on Spotify does not have Get the Fuck Out on there. I had to grab it from one of the other versions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found that very interesting.
Was it a bonus track? I don't think so.
No, because it was on one of the other versions, but for some reason, when the first version I picked on Slave to the Grind, it wasn't on there.
That's back and forth.
But really good picks, BC. Even though I wasn't able to back you up on Vane, I could attest that album is fantastic all around.
BB.
Well, BC, I'm in love with these 2 albums because I think 2 weeks ago, I picked up two of these records on vinyl. The Tora Tora and the Vane album. Great albums. Great picks. The Tora Tora, Love's a Bitch. Great start. Super catchy chorus. There's some cool guitar parts in there, like you said. 28 Days, Anthony's vocals on that one are just so good. Hard Times, that has a bluesy attitude in there, some cool heavy grinding guitars. Guilty, a little cowbell-filled chorus and a little call and response in there, and then closing that side out with Phantom Rider, probably their biggest song from that album. Love when they see them do that live. Great song for sure. Monkey Business, Slave to the Grind, side 1. Skid Row, Slave to the Grind, side 1. Opens with Monkey Business, of course. Great kick in after the first verse, just great way to start the album. Slave to the Grind, the title track, super popular. They named the album for that for a reason. The Threat, great song. I think this song gets a little hidden in this album. It's definitely has a good rock to it, and with all the bigger hits in this, it kind of gets hidden. Quicksand Jesus showcases Sebastian's just softer vocals. I really like that one. Psycho Love, your anthem, BC. Just love the heavy bass of that song. And then Get the Fuck Out. And I have exactly what you have written down. Is it would have been awesome if they actually had that song as a closer. And then Vain No Respect, like I said, I just picked this up at the vinyl show that we went to last week. Smoke and shadows, heavy drums, riff in there. It kind of has a little dark feel for Vain. A very sleaze rockish, great song. No Respect, the title track. Big gang vocals in there. Rockin' song. More great riffs in there. Laws Against Love. This is more like a little ballad in a way. But the band vocals of the chorus are really good. Down for the Third Time. Very mid-tempo rocker. Icy. Like you said, that song carries the album for me. Probably my favorite song on the album for sure. Without You, another kind of like ballad on that side, but it still rocks. And then Ready's a great closer. I think this is one of their heavier songs on the album.
Can't believe they covered Van Halen 3 without you.
Definitely has some meat and potatoes on that closer, BC. But yeah, when I'm buying vinyl, BC, these albums must be pretty good. So good picks.
All right, bring us home.
I'll get into my fuck up in a minute. One of them. Actually, there's two of them on yours, and it was only on yours. Well, so far. Skid Row, Slave to the Grind, Monkey Business. Man, that like that clean picking kind of guitar in the beginning, and you're thinking, okay, all right. And then you get that cowbell, and then the kick in, like, holy fuck. Talk about, that's a song that you can always remember, like, man, when I first heard this, I'm like, fuck. And, like, it was one of those opening songs on an album that you're like, if we get a whole album of this shit, it's going to be fucking awesome.
Oh, the video was out first.
Yes. Yeah, because he's like kicking in the dirt and they're by the railroad tracks and shit. I forgot about that. Second song, Slave to the Grind. There's a lot of hardball music in this list tonight from almost everybody, I think. Slave to the Grind, man, that's got to be a tough song to fucking sing.
Yeah.
Because like I go along with the lyrics on my phone sometimes, and I can't even keep up reading the fucking words. But just absolutely killer. The soloing is great. The threat, I think you're absolutely right, BB. This song kind of gets lost on this album, but I think it's one of the best songs. It's fucking great. Quicksand Jesus, I'm with Dylan on this one. I could live without it, but Sebastian sings the fuck out of it. Psycho Love, the theme song for BC. That fucking slinky bass in there. Get the fuck out. Our boys Harpo used to play this. We would go to one club. The owner fucking hated me and BC like it was his job. We've never done anything in there except for BC getting punched in the face in there. Which that has something to do with the Accepted and Queensryche show, by the way. But I won't get into it.
A little Psycho
and
Love
Psycho
there.
Love too, and Get the Fuck Out. But like, the band would wait to play this song till the end. That would be their closer of the night. And the owner would literally be up in front of the band and saying, stop saying that when the band's playing. And they just kept on fucking going. Awesome. Tora. This album is fantastic. Love's a Bitch. I remember BC and I were talking about, we saw these guys the first time, actually, where we saw, in the same venue we just saw Queensryche and Accepted last week. Great show, great band. Love's a Bitch is a great hard rocker to open up with. 28 Days. Shit, I came out of work the other day. They were playing 28 Days on Hair Nation.
Wow.
I was like, holy fuck. Hard Times, a little bluesy feel to it. Is the rhythm section really rips it up. Guilty. Man, the chorus in fucking Guilty is just awesome. More cowbell. These guys enjoy the cowbell. Phantom Rider, this is one I forgot to put on everyone's list, but this one's good. I remember when we went to the One Rockin' Pod, I want to say it's the one that we went to, and it was I think the Poonies were, there was when that club, that upstairs club, remember?
Oh yeah.
When they played, and I remember singing this song with Joe Polo from Podcast Rock City. Because he was a huge Tora fan. We were up front, and him and I were friggin' singing the shit out of this song. Love you, Joe, buddy. And actually, congratulations, Joe Polo, on getting married. I think I already congratulated you on the podcast, but you know what? Congratulations again. Okay, so as far as Vain No Respect goes, when BC started reading side 2, I'm like, side 2? And And I'm like, no, he had to fuck that up. But I look back and he did tell me side 2. I put side 1 in the playlist.
Wishful thinking on your part.
It is kind of, because side 2 kind of loses me. And the way I was thinking, like, I'm like, why the fuck did BC pick side 1? Because Icy's on side 2, and I know that's his favorite song. So
I was like, oh, BC's really like branching out. He doesn't have Icy on this one.
I know, because I was gonna say, I'm like, shit, I can't believe you didn't pick fucking side 2 because Icy's on that one. But come around, you did pick it. So I can't really speak to side 2 because I haven't listened to it in a long time, except for I know Icy because the BC loses his shit and beats the fuck out of me when they play this live, and which I have that to look forward to coming up on Monsters of Rock Cruise this year. So we'll probably see that twice. So I'll get at least 2 good beatings on the fucking ship. So
yes,
good sides though, because I was like, man, I'm like, you fucking picked all side 1s, but he didn't.
Gotta switch it.
Sorry. All right, everybody went, right?
I believe so.
Okay, so, I'm next. Okay. What did I pick? Where am I?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
That's BB.
A Night at the Roxy.
I did. 1, 2.
Night at the Opera.
Third one.
Queen. Opening track is Death on Two
I do
Legs.
not have my notes for my own songs. I am
then,
sorry.
What is it?
Blazing on a Sunday Afternoon. There's the second track.
Oh, okay. I didn't do notes for the one because I know so much. Okay. Van Halen from 1981, Fair Warning, side 1. This was an album that when it came out, it was like I want to say this is the first album that came out when we were actually Van Halen fans. We became fans, women, children first, and VH1 and VH2 were already out. So this is 81, so we were at that point of branching out. And, 1981, throw Kiss the Elder against this fucking album, and it's just a fucking can of whoop ass. Starts off with Mead Street, that finger tapping thing in the beginning. But like when those drums come, like the I don't know if they're like rototoms. They kind of sound like those first ones that come in. Fantastic. Like the bass is fantastic on this one too. I love the dance, baby. Just a lot of ride cymbal in there. The spoken word, Lord, strike that poor boy down. Outro solos killer. This fades out, but I don't mind because like Eddie's just ripping it up. Next track, Dirty Movies. They I don't know if this is true, but I've heard it a couple different sources that when they used to play this live, they used to play porno up on a screen on the stage. and Boston, they got like in trouble or ticketed or some goddamn thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have heard it a couple times. I love the you remember when that girl was prom queen? Wow. Yeah, and you get to take it all off. Woo, wow. But I get I love the go see baby now. I love that part, and then the drums come back in. Then at the end you get the lights, camera, action. Just a great one. And I didn't notice it till like last night. I was listening to it in my headphones. It might have been before that because I think I might have texted you guys. Like there's a siren at the end of that as that's going off. It's real faint, but you can hear a fucking siren. I thought it was like something in town here, but then I put it back and it's actually on the song. I never noticed that before. Since I've been listening to it since 1981, I never fucking noticed it until the other night. All you sinners swing. I love the little squinks and squeals that Eddie does during the song. Great background vocals for Michael and Eddie on there. I love the get out and push. And when he does the solo on Sinner's Swing, I always just think that, man, what an amazing power trio Michael, Eddie, and Alex are as a band. When Dave's not singing, man, just listen to them guys just on this song alone. Because like once like Women and Children first starts, and maybe a little bit on Women and Children first, there's a little more tracking on it. But like listen to Van Halen 1 and 2, and on this one you don't get those tracks. You just get the core 3 guys kicking ass on this one. Hear About It Later, last track on the side. This was one of those songs that they used to play from this tour on MTV. That you would sit and wait hours to hope to see this or Priest or Kiss or something like that. And I always liked this. Eddie plays that black and white It's not the Van Halen one guitar. It's got like the line with the circles on it and shit. Very cool. Like plenty of great band harmonies on there. It's not like a total rocker, but like it's got a really cool, intense time change in the beginning there with the solo and that cowbell. And thumps pretty good there. Great build up to the end. And that was the one, like on that video, like you waited for it. Alex lights up the fire around the gong and bangs the fuck out of it. Excellent album ender. My next one is Ozzy. Huh?
Side ender,
yes. Good song ender on the live one, too. My next one is Ozzy, No Rest for the Wicked. Side 2. Opens up with my song for Ozzy for sure. Bloodbath in Paradise. You get that that spooky thing. Just when that kicks in, that main riff comes in. Just rocking right from the start to the finish on this one. The solo's great. I love the Forever Sleep in Paradise. Like Ozzy's voice was this period was such a good vocal period for him, I think, because I think the producers were kind of pushing him a little bit, and I'm sure they did a ton of takes in this shit, but Zach just tears it up. But like the thing that gets me on this song is just that riff on this song is just amazing. Next track, Fire in the Sky, little more mellow, but you know what? Like this is a song that when I was listening to it when it first came out and everything, I was like kind of like on it. But this song has grown on me over the years. I just love the feel of it. Ozzy's vocals are great. There's a really intense keyboard part before the solo. Zach tears it up once again. Tattooed Dancer. You get that rapid drum intro from Randy Castillo on that one. Really cool bridge before the solo. Just a straight up rocker. I love the dance for me, bitch. Fucking awesome. Last track on the album. This would close the album out. Demon Alcohol, another BC theme song. We're getting a lot of ones tonight for BC. I love the Let's Party. Just a
He's
great.
also a tattooed dancer.
He is. I've seen him dance, and I've seen the tats. Yeah, sometimes you see more than you want to see, but that's how life goes when you're hanging around BC. Tons of pinch harmonics all over this, but there's a ton of them on this song. Band really rocks it out on this one. Just a great rocking closing track on here. And then I threw a wiffle grounder out for this one. We've talked about this album a ton of times, but I think it's one of the ultimate perfect sides on a classic rock album. Talking, of course, about Rush Moving Pictures Side 1. Opens up with Tom Sawyer. I always call it the air drum capital of the world. Everyone... when they say play the hits, this is what the people want to hear from this. And I love when they did the R30 tour, especially BB, when they open up the show with this. I love when bands do that. I fucking love it. And second track, my favorite Rush song, Red Barchetta. I always love that song. Just the storytelling of the song, the feel to it, because you can, when the pace picks up, the dun, 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 when, you can just feel like someone driving and picking up speed in a convertible car going through the countryside and stuff. YYZ, the airport code for the Toronto airport, and the ding, 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 ding. That is the Morse code for that, which Iron Maiden kind of lifted for Empire of the Clouds in the middle part there. But just great, and I love once again, when they do it live on the Russian reel, the crowd is literally singing the fucking riff, and it almost overpowers the band. Yeah, and they're bouncing. Yeah, that must have registered on the fucking Richter scale down there when they did that. Last track on the album, Limelight. Just a great song. I just love the feel for it. That stark riff at the beginning. Great vocals, solo is fantastic. Just another one of those songs that you hear a lot, but like I don't mind it. It's not one that I would ever turn off. All right, we're going to the Rush expert first. BB, what do you got?
All right! Jeebers, BC picks up albums. I'm freaking buying vinyl. You're picking albums of my two guitar gods. I can't even bust you guys.
Alex Lifeson, one of his guitar
I know it. It's about time you fucking came around.
Van Halen, of course, Mean Street, like you said. You got that finger thumb thing going on to start. You get that iconic first riff. It's Mean Street right out of the gate. And Dirty Movie, just another, even though like Dirty Movie's kind of is like tamed down or kind of like mid-tempo, it's just a rockin' Van Halen song. Crazy guitar parts in there. Sinner Swing, a great song, a very good hidden deep track. The drums on that one are just so loud. It just shows Alex's crazy playing back then. Super fast pace for Van Halen as well. And Hear About It Later. It's another mid-tempo Van Halen, but except for the solo just takes off when it hits. Yeah, no complaints about Fair Warning. You could have did side 2. It's that album's that good. Ozzy, No Rest for the Wicked. Once again, probably one of my Desert Island albums for sure. Easily top 5. Bloodbath in Paradise, heavy chug to it, heavy guitar. This band is gelled. I love this lineup. The only thing, the Fire in the Sky. There's certain parts of Fire in the Sky. It gets like slowed down a little bit, and I think it this would be a perfect album if Fire in the Sky wasn't on it. I don't know what it is, but there's certain parts in the middle of it. It just his voice gets so low and the tempo kind of slows down, but it eventually picks up. Tattoo Dancer, great song. Fast drums. Zach's even faster. The solo's fucking sick bananas. And the Demon Alcohol, another great song. Super good closer. It's probably the best closer we're going to talk about tonight because it just takes off and you really want more from that song. And then Rush, Moving Pictures. What do you say? These 3 songs, even I know these Rush songs. Tom Sawyer, The Big Hit, the Drummer's Dream, if you want to call it that. Red Barchetta, another great song. The musicianship of this band, especially among 3 guys, is just crazy. YYZ, another crazy instrumental. Probably one of the most, one of the popular instrumentals that are out there. And then Limelight, another big hit for these guys. They have always done this song live. I love the drums towards the end of the song. So yeah, righty. Even though you pick Rush, I have no problem with it because they're all hits, buddy.
All right. BB. My name's BB, and I'm a Rush hits guy. Rush hits guy. All right, Dylan, what do you got?
Okay, so I think that these are really good picks. I have a couple of issues. One, the ground ball. I mean, it's like, okay, that is a really good, side, but it was easy pickings.
It was too good for the podcasting saying, I guess.
Yeah. With No Rest for the Wicked, technically, Hero was a hidden track on the album, so you would have to include Hero.
It's not on my vinyl.
In there.
I looked at my vinyl record. It's not on there.
It's a hidden track. It's hidden. It's not listed, so it's hidden.
It's not on the album.
But besides that, I agree with PB. I think Fire in the Sky a little weaker compared to the rest of the songs. The rest of the songs.
I wasn't going to pick that, but that has really grown on me over the years, so that's why I did.
Well,
so you should have played side 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Bath in Paradise isn't on side 1.
You gotta pull a BC. You pick side 1 that doesn't have Icy on it.
I should have followed your example, BC. Yeah. Sorry.
But I mean, Fair Warning. Yeah, that's unassailable. First time we have an F-bomb from Dave on an album with Cinder Swing. Those are all great songs. And the crazy thing is, and the thing that I like about it too, these are not the super popular Van Halen songs. Like these are a little deeper down in the iceberg.
Yeah, like he would play maybe the intro to Mean Street during a solo, and you would get Unchained from this album. Yeah. That'd be it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Hear About It Later was played on MTV, but it wouldn't be everybody, go Beautiful Girls, they talk about love. Nobody on the street would go, Dirty Movies.
Yeah. Inside 2 would have been if it wasn't for Sunday Afternoon in the Park. Because that's just, I don't know, that's just a waste of fucking tape or whatever they used.
So this is lovely.
Album filler.
No, I know.
But these are very good choices. Like, objectively, for sure, I agree. 2 out of the 3, perfect sides. I have a slight problem with Fire in the Sky, but I think the rest of the songs lift it up enough for me to be like, yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
This is why I saved you for last, BC. Set these guys fucking straight here.
All right, bitches.
Move along. Moving Pictures is an awful album.
Moving Pictures is terrible.
Side 2 is much better.
But I start with Van Halen. It's been a while since I really delved into some Van Halen old school. And, this is just classic shit. Eddie Van Halen, come on. You can't say nothing more than that. Mean Streak, classic riff, has a crisp hi-hat sound, some spoken Dave in there. Dirty Movies, all I gotta say is that drums.
Love the drums.
Center swing, foot tapping, drums. I mean, just the background vocals are... And Hear About Later, I just love the tone of guitar in this song. Major standout. Ozzy, Bloodbath in Paradise. Zach, come on. That solo, come on. Jesus Christ. And then Fire in the Sky. I'm with Steve. This song has grown on me. Because when it first came out, I was like, okay, Fire in the Sky. But I guess the bass in it, that's grown on me. Tattoo Dancer. Come on, Randy Castillo opened up the song with the drums. Grinding guitars. Of course, the classic Dance For Me, Bitch. Can't go wrong with that. And Damon Alcohol. Yeah. I fought with that guy a few times.
Oh, yeah.
He usually wins.
Damien Alcohol.
Damien.
It's Damien Alcohol. I just love the riff of and the solo in that song is come on. Rush, Tom Sawyer. Classic tune. Like I said, I don't think there's... I mean, there's people out there that don't know it, but regular people, everybody knows.
Average rock. Your average rock fan knows it, even if they're not a Rush fan.
Red Marquetta. I can't put in words. This is phenomenal tune. YYZ, another awesome jam, killer bass, and Lime Life. To me, the riff stands out. Just killer riff in that song. So yeah, I like all.
All right.
I love the drum come into the like that, like roll is really cool.
Yeah, and it comes in kind of convoluted, like how it comes in. Yeah, it's like kind of like an off beat. All right, so there's mine and BC's, and so as I said before, I'm gonna change the gem song. We're gonna save this gem song for next week. I know you know what I'm talking about, BB.
Oh yeah.
So
you know.
Since and it's funny too now that thinking about this, and I think we talked about this maybe a couple episodes ago, or maybe even last episode about Megadeth when we went to see them, that they got thrown off the Motley Crue tour, or no, they were on there, but they refused to play longer. So we are going to play Motley Crue, First Band on the Moon, in honor of Dave Mustaine's wildest dreams to play on the fucking moon. So this is First Band on the Moon from the Crue, from the new Tattoo album from 2000. welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed some Motley Crue from the year 2000. And it's funny, too, because Randy Castillo was the drummer on that, and we just talked about him on the Ozzy album. So, but however, when we saw them live, Samantha Maloney was on drums and Randy Castillo was not, because I think he was starting to get sick then at that point. So, no kibosh from Dylan tonight. So we're going to do Hidden Gems. And Dylan, we're going to even let you start tonight.
Okay. My hidden gem, also space related, because it's David Bowie. In 1997, he released an album called Earthling, and on that album is a song called "I'm Afraid of Americans," but there was a remix of it done by Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, along with some of the other guys from Nine Inch Nails, and it makes it a lot heavier. It makes it more, Nine Inch Nails-y, and it's fantastic. It's a really cool, heavy song from Bowie that they did live actually together a couple times. So very cool. So check it out. I think it's called I'm Afraid of Americans V1, because there was a couple of different versions that they remixed for the singles, because the late 90s, early 2000s was very much the remix era for it's Stay Golden. I was
Instead of saying Stay Frosty.
I was telling BC the Golden Girls is the closest to our podcast, because you have the parent and child with Sophia and Dorothy. You have BC, who's the Blanche, being very very into
the whore.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't want to say it.
The cycle.
I'll say it.
The cycle of whore.
Not anymore.
And BB, who sometimes needs to be in the mental institution, just like Rose.
Exactly.
Don't ruin this podcast for me. That's so
So for Halloween, next Halloween party, we're going to be the Golden Girls.
I would do that.
That'd be hilarious.
I would do that.
I'm so much taller than you, just like Dorothy's so much taller than Sophia.
That's right.
You're not taller than me.
I am taller than you.
Oh, maybe by an inch. Oh.
That's still taller than you. So I'm Afraid of Americans V1 by David Bowie. That's my hidden gem.
There's our Golden Girls section of the
podcast.
The coffee clutch on the lanai.
All right, BC, what do you got?
Well, like I said, I'm always fishing around, and so I started to have to write stuff down, because I'd be like, what was that? So I write everything down now, so I went way back into my notes. It's a band, Diamond Lane. Their last album came out in 2020. Very they're listed as metal, but I call it like a heavy rock.
Okay.
I don't think it's
more hard rock than metal.
My thing of metal and Apple Music metal are usually two different things, but just straightforward heavy rock. And they have a song like a motherfucker. How can you go around a song like that? You know what I mean?
All right, BB, what do you got?
All right. The other day, checking out, a lot of these bands nowadays are just kind of releasing singles. They're not putting albums out. But Rob Zombie's coming out with a brand new album. Should be out February 27th of next year.
Just in time for spooky season.
Just spooky season, let me tell you. So he released 2 songs. I'm going to use both of them because both of them are punch you in the face, right in your throat, heavy, stinking Rob Zombie songs. One is Heathen Days. And the other one is Punks and Demons. The fucking Punks and Demons song is heavy as fuck. So I don't know who's playing in this band. I don't know if John 5 is still playing with them.
I don't think so.
I don't know who recorded anything with this. I just found it the other day. It's coming off the album The Great Satan. So fucking Zombie's pissed off. He's pissed off at somebody. And you can tell by these 2 songs, but they are definitely heavy Zombie. Great stuff.
All right, cool. Yeah, mine's a little, not metal, but rock nonetheless. From a guy that was rock and then not rock and still kind of not rock. But he's really old. I was looking for songs for an upcoming episode, and I picked a different song from this guy sings, different band. But I was kind of going through, and I was thinking of songs and stuff like that, and I came across this one. I haven't heard this one in a long time. The video was on MTV all the time. Great song, great riff in it. I picked Infatuation from Rod Stewart from the 1989 camp. The video is really cool. Jeff Beck plays the guitar solo on it. Just a really great, just basic rock song that you got a lot of ballads and shit from Rod Stewart, like in the new, for him, newer stuff was like the late 80s, 90s, but kind of harkened back a little bit to some of his like kind of harder rock stuff from the 70s, Infatuation. So I've always liked that song. I thought it was very cool. So that's what we got. We got Dylan's got the David Bowie song, I'm Afraid of Americans, done by the 9 Inch Nails. BB's got a couple new songs from the upcoming Rob Zombie album. 2 songs that are out are Heathen Days and Punks and Demons. BC's got a band called Diamond Lane, and the song is Like a Motherfucker. And I have Rod Stewart, Infatuation from 1984 Camouflage album. And so Dylan's up next.
Yes, and before I go, it's Mike Riggs on guitars again. So he's back from early Zombie days.
The earlier stuff, sure.
Which is very cool, because, I mean, that early stuff is fantastic as well.
They were at the boardwalk.
Oh, okay.
And the guitar player ripped it up. So it must be this guy.
Yeah, Mike Riggs.
Especially for a band that doesn't really have a lot of solos in the songs either.
And Blasco's back on bass.
Blasco.
Replacing Piggy D. So
Piggy D's out. Blasco's back.
We like Blasco.
Blasco's back.
We like Blasco quite a bit. Okay, so my albums, I tried to pick at least one side 2, just to switch it up, but 2 out of the 3 are side 1s. The first one that I'm going to talk about, we'll go alphabetical order. Both album and artist for me. I had to go to My Boys and Anthrax, Among the Living, and I think this is an album that I like both sides pretty well, but side 1 is really strong. Starting off with Among the Living, the title track, of course, based off The Stand. Just a really epic build-up to this song with the guitars kind of having a distant tone to it with the drums coming in, and then the tempo pickup. The vocals don't start till maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes into the song, but fantastic song. Cotton to Mosh, of course, the next track is an iconic Anthrax song. Really funny lyrics, where you dropped as a baby because brains you lack. Talking to you is like clapping with one hand. It's just iconic. Track 3, of course, I Am the Law, about Judge Dredd. You got Drockett in there. Respect the Badge. It's a great song that showcases how hardcore Dredd is in Mega City, because he is the law. And then we go to track 4, Eiffelnick and Tessin, NFL. Great song about losing your life to drug use. Written, I'm sure, I think it was inspired by John Belushi's death, but really good kind of PSA song that doesn't feel like it's too preachy, and it's a great sing-along chorus of the NFL. Surprised that the NFL hasn't picked up on it. No, but Nice Fucking Life is kind of a tough song.
Stop saying it.
And then ending off with the book ending of the Stephen King references here, because we end off with Skeleton in the Closet, which is a reference to Apt Pupil, one of the stories off of the different seasons novella groupings, and it's another great song. I love the chorus kind of switches it up with the kind of the any skeletons in the closet, and I love the hiding in the closet, any skeleton. It's kind of a really cool driving song, and this is an album that I always go back to, and this side is just unassailable in my opinion. The second album we're going to be talking about, we're going again to alliterative, the album and the artist having the same first letter. We're going to Purple Rain from Prince and the Revolution. Of course, this was the soundtrack of the 1984 movie of the same name, one of Dad's favorite movies, featuring Morris Day and the Time.
Terrible movie.
Jungle Love, OEOEO. Think I want to know you.
OEOEO. See?
Great song. But I decided to pick side 2 instead of side 1. Side 1 is great. I think Darling Nikki is probably the track that I would get off of there, but side 2 I feel like is really strong. We got 4 really solid tracks. We open with one of Prince's most famous songs, When Doves Cry. I love how it opens up with a really cool guitar solo-esque part, and then most of the song is driven by the drums and keyboards, but there's a cool solo towards the back end, and Prince's vocals go so high in this song, and maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied.
She's never satisfied.
Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Iconic lyrics.
Name a woman that is satisfied.
And then it's track 2 on side 2, I Would Die For You, another iconic Prince song. I think it's a good kind of tempo shift up from When Doves Cry, but still fantastic. And it transitions really well into Baby I'm a Star, which is just a pop bopping song. Like, if you're not having fun to this, you don't have a pulse, And it also kind of references I Would Die for You in a little bit of the riffage of it, which I really enjoy. And then, of course, Purple Rain, the close-off track. A great ballad, fantastic soloing in it, great vocals. It's just kind of a soulful, hit you in the feels kind of song. Of course, everybody loves it without question. If you don't love it, you're not American. And
Get the fuck out of this country. Get the fuck out.
Maybe Canada Rob will take me in.
And speaking of America, we're going to Kansas for my last album, The Point of No Return, their 5th studio album. I went with side 1 on this one. This is a great showcase of the band. It starts off with the title track. We get the violin in there. The fiddle, is it a fiddle or is it a violin?
I call it a violin. I don't think there's a difference, truthfully.
It looks like it's credited as violin.
I think
violin it is.
Yeah.
Violin.
I think that's like the southern name for it.
That's what I have. That's what I have on Paradox. It's got to be a violin.
Yeah. So Point of No Return, a classic. How long? Great. And then the keyboards going along with it. That's what I love about Kansas the most is they're so in sync with each other that whenever they do a really cool syncopated riff, everybody's kind of going along with it, and it blows your mind with it. And Paradox is a really great showcase of that. A lot of cool riffage, a lot of time changes in there. It just kind of keeps you guessing what's going to happen. And then after that, The Spider is a nice little instrumental to kind of cleanse the palate before going into Portrait He Knew, which I think is a classic song from Kansas. It's a good kind of stopper for most of the song, but then it picks up at the end, and it's a really awesome rocking part at the end. And they sometimes extend it live, and it's so good. And then Closet Chronicles was probably the song that I knew the least on this side, but I think it's still great because it has kind of waves and modes to it where, there are some slower parts, but then it picks up a little bit. We got some Robbie Steinhardt vocals in there as well, switching it up. And I think it's a really great closer to the side. It's one of those songs that Kansas does really well, of like the epics with the movements, I'd like to say. And I think that's a really great kind of showcase of the band. So, Dad, what'd you think? I know that you're a big Kansas fan and a big Prince fan.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Anthrax, Among the Living, great overall album, truthfully. Among the Living, it's got that kind of evil start at the beginning. The build is really cool. But when it gets going, it's got that kind of kick-ass grindage groove to it.
Yeah.
I'm the walking dude. Stephen King makes his first appearance of the evening.
Yep.
Caught in a mosh, talking to you as I clapping with one hand. That was BC's theme song for when he was working at the firehouse. On a couple different shifts, actually. Good. I love that one. That's a good one. I Am the Law. Good headbanger. It's Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd, yeah.
Drocket. Nickel Fessel Tussin.
Evil.
Whatever.
See, I can do it when I'm singing it. Evil Nick and it's a
NFL. Nice fucking life.
That's what I was saying.
Fun song. Plenty of grindage in there. I still can't pronounce it. Even when I'm singing it, I just kind of... Skeletons in the Closet. Stephen King makes a second appearance of the evening from Apt Pupil. This one's cool, too. It just tears your head off. This is just a slamming album from start to finish. Great side. Really great side. Prince, Purple Rain, side 2. I do like that little guitar solo beginning. You're right. The percussion pretty much does drive this song, but it's really cool in the headphones.
Yeah,
there's a lot of swirling and a lot of panning and stuff in different parts. I Would Die for You. It's okay. It's very very. It's not what I go to. Baby I'm a Star. I didn't know this one. It has a good feel to it. Maybe a little too happy crappy for me.
Purple Rain. Music to have fun.
Purple Rain. Good song, amazing solo, excuse me, amazing soloing on it. I can't get the Ted Poley band doing this song out of my fucking head at the Monsters Rock pre-party. I think they did it on the ship too. I don't know why. Why Purple Rain? Why Purple Rain? It's a good song though. It is a good song. His vocals are really good on it. I know. I love Ted Poley, but come on, like, don't do that. Kansas, Point of No Return. I like how it's Point of No, K-N-O-W, return. How long? Great song. It's got a good. It's a little happy crappy in the verse. But it's good. It's good happy crappy. Paradox. This was one of the songs when BC, Dylan, and I went to see Kansas. We were like, holy fuck! Just that at the beginning. Great. Even heavier live. There's a. I actually have the box set. It's Point of No Return live. They do the whole album live and then a bunch of other stuff. It's fucking fantastic. You get a lot of violin in this song. The Spider, pretty much an intro to the next song. But it's only like maybe 2.5 minutes. But it's like a friggin' like, if you like prog rock, like it's like just a prog heaven for you on this one. The bass is killer on this. Like I said, it's kind of a prelude to this song, Portrait He Knew. And this isn't like, well, to be honest, I think I knew like maybe 4 Kansas songs before we saw them. And this is another one that was like stuck out in my head after we saw these guys. This, like, that rock out at the end is like we never knew that these guys rocked like this. I mean, you knew Carry On Wayward Son, you knew that was rocking, but you kind of
Dust in the Wind.
You kind of went Dust in the Wind, and you kind of went by, Point of No Return. You knew that one is kind of a little on the more mellow poppy side, but then like they got shit that just fucking rocks, and this is definitely one of them. One of my favorite Kansas songs. Closet Chronicles. I wasn't as familiar with this one either. Ton of time changes in there. 2 different singers, Steve Walsh and Robbie Steinhardt sings on this one. Soloing is just killer on this. Two out of 2. I won't even say 2 out of 3. There's just like one song I really didn't like, and the one Prince I didn't really vibe with. But like I have nothing wrong with this list.
Okay, cool. BB, am I 2 out of 3? 3 out of 3?
No, you're 3 out of 3. You know, like as much as these guys will, diss the Prince thing. You know, I grew up with this Prince album. The girls I went to school with in 1984, so I'm probably like in 5th or 6th grade. This is when this came out. All the girls were listening to this album. They're all watching the movie. It was everywhere, and and all the girls I hung out with, every time we went over somebody's house, they're always playing this album. So I was very familiar with this one. But the Anthrax one, it's both. You could have picked either side. Among the Living is a great album, but the Among the Living song is a great thrash opener. Caught in a Mosh, their big hit from this album. This song just pretty much carried the album. I'm the Law, another iconic thrash Anthrax sounding song. A good build to the song. Joey's vocals are great. The NFL song, once again, Joey's vocals are spot on. These guys are playing in all cylinders, super tight. And then A Skeleton in the Closet, crazy drums, heavy thrash. Now you hear this side of the album, you know why they're part of the Big Four. They are absolutely great. And then Prince, Purple Rain, When Doves Cry. I love the layered vocals in there in certain parts. Like they'll be like layered, or they'll like finish like the line of the sentence. Prince's playing is great. I Would Die for You, another big hit, always on the radio, all over the place, especially at the Y dances. Baby, I'm a Star, super catchy, rock pop heavy. I mean, like a rock pop head bobber, toe tapper. But imagine if you put like Let's Go Crazy on that, in that spot. And there's actually 2 versions of this album.
Yeah.
I think there was one version came out, and then like they re-released it, and they reran the tracks, and this is from the second reissue.
I always wondered that, because I saw the movie like once. It was fucking terrible, by the way. But like I never thought of it, or if the track listing is the way that they go on the movie. I don't know that. I don't know. I don't know.
That's your homework for next week.
No, I'm not watching the fucking movie.
You're gonna watch the movie and the album. Get back to us.
Intersperse the time songs that are on the movie as well.
Yeah, that would be great if you don't mind. No.
Yeah, we'll record that episode on the second Tuesday next week.
Nice little bonus episode.
Perfect. And then we close with Purple Rain, of course. That's the iconic song. You know, the movie, the album, the everything, the song that put them on the map.
Ted Pulley does.
Ted Pulley's band does this fucking absolutely amazing. We saw it live at the Monsters of Rock pre-party. Fucking killed it. Fucking Ted Pulley.
Killed it is right.
In a good way. And then Kansas, Point of No Return. They open up with a subtitled track. Big hit for these guys. Paradox. Once again, these, like, you go from Rush, who only has 3 members, to, like, Kansas, who probably has, like, fucking 18 members. Like, the crazy musicianship between 3 guys and 18 guys. It's just mind-blowing. You got synth and violins, fucking guitars, drums. Fucking crazy good. The Spider, another really good musician, instrumental. Portrait. This one was like, had like a catchy, like cool kind of funk sway to it. It was a little bit different than the rest of the songs. The solo with the synth underneath it was really cool. And then Closet Chronicle has a little build to it. Has 2 different vocalists, great solo, and I thought that song was great. And I think, like everybody else said, I wasn't familiar with that one, but the other ones I kind of heard in different spots. Maybe not the Spider because it's an instrumental, but yeah, I have no complaints, buddy.
Okay, BC.
All right, Anthrax, Among the Living. I mean, I just that song just I love the heaviness to it. Mm-hmm. And it has groove vocals, caught in a mosh. Love that opening riff and into the fucking like pit. Get a pick on. I Am the Law. I love that riff. This is one of, to me, in my book, a classic Anthrax tune. NFL. And I'm going to try to say it.
I just forget that.
Evil Naked Pheasant.
And then the finish off the side with Skeleton in the Closet, to me, is such an underrated song for these guys. Love it. Anthrax come out. Prince. It opens up with Wind Doves Cry. And like the keys, electric drums, and lead parts are really cool in it. Yeah. But he's such an underrated guitar player, I would think. I mean, not bad. I Would Die For You.
Oh, thanks, BC. I appreciate that.
It has that catchy chorus. Die for you. Has that electronic hi-hat.
Yep.
And moody vocals, but catchy. Baby, I'm a Star. Very, I have down here, upbeat drums, dancing, very dancey.
Yeah. You can picture it during the Joker's parade in Batman.
Okay.
Like you can. That's what I picture when the song comes on. Because Prince did the soundtrack for the Batman '89.
And then we finish it off with Purple Rain. I love the clean guitar start. The lead parts are great vocals. I really dig the solo.
Yeah.
There is some, I gotta look. That's gonna be my homework. Somebody does a hard rock band does a cover of this.
Ted Pulley.
Ted Pulley's band is Monsters of Rock pre-party.
It's enough, I think. Is it?
Is it? No, I mean like a band you wouldn't think it would do a Prince song. They do it, and they tear up the solo part in Purple Rain. But I have to dig down deep for that one. All right,
Pearl Jam does it.
Pearl Jam.
No, Bruce Springsteen.
They do When Doves Cry.
Oh, they do it. But
I knew they did. Is that the song you're talking about?
no, Purple Rain.
Oh, Purple Rain.
There's somebody fucking tear
Dolly
up the
Parton
solo.
does it.
I don't think
Yeah.
Yeah, Dolly.
She must do it on her new album.
It is.
She's on that rock
That's
one.
funny.
Then, your final one, Kansas. This is a band, like, when you went to see them, and I was just sat there, like, I sat there, stood there, like,
You can thank him next week.
Yeah, it was one of the pleasant surprises of like a concert going experience.
yeah,
I
was fucking like,
We were blown away.
yeah. That's the ones you go in thinking.
It's like, oh, I'm sure it'll be
Yeah,
fine.
kids,
We'll check
I
them
like-
out.
I like Carry On Wayward Son. You know?
Dust in the wind, I yell, "You're my boy, Blue." You know?
Yeah. We'll have
And
fun
then
with that.
they came out and it was like, but Point of No Return. That's fucking classic. Paradox. I love the organ in this.
Yeah.
What really grabs me in this side is the organ. The Spider. Parts of this remind me of DT.
Yeah.
There's a few. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah, for sure.
I can see Portrait. the end of that song just come on. And then the Closet Chronicles. Again, I have down very cool vocals and more organ. The organ gets me.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
That organ sound sucks me right in. But no, there's 3 good ones.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank
BB, I think you're the lone.
I love how this worked out.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works out sometimes. Like in my mind before we record, would depend on the material that we're going to cover. I always have in my mind that I hope that this person starts or like this person ends, and it worked out just how I wanted it to tonight. And we honestly got to pick randomly. So go ahead.
Alrighty.
Ricky.
Okay. So the way I picked my albums, not because, I like this, I like that. I did it because I have some backing facts, we'll say. I pretty much have 3 ground balls. Because if I'm thinking of a perfect album, I'm thinking of a perfect album for or a perfect side. I'm kind of thinking it of the perfect side for pretty much everybody.
Thanks for thinking of us.
You know what I mean? Like, like the Prince, that one Prince song, like, boy, if that was Let's Go Crazy instead of this, it would have been a great album because it would have been all the singles, all the hits.
But Let's Go Crazy is such a good album opener because of the Dearly Beloved.
Right. It's a perfect album opener. I'm just saying, this is kind of where I went with it. So my first pick will go chronological in years of released. My first one was from AC/DC Dirty D's Done Dirt Cheap. I think it was like released maybe 76, 77
In Australia.
In Australia,
It came out.
Asia,
It came out
in Europe. It came out here in 81.
81. So it came out the same year for those about the rock.
Yeah. So it came after Back in Black. We've already talked about this. I got Back in Black. Then I got this one thinking this was the next album. Change Singers, all confused. But I picked this side because of the 5 songs that, if you have not heard these 5 songs, I think you've lived in a closet. Opening up with Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, actually released as a single May 10th of 1976. Then it goes to Love at First Feel, released in January of 1977. So they are the 2 singles from this album. And then the next 3 songs they have done live. Big Balls, funny song. Like, if you weren't singing Big Balls, at some time, just for the mere fun factor of it. And the last time they did Big Balls was in 1976. Was very surprising. You think that'd be a fun song. Everybody fucking knows Big Balls. November 10th, 1976 was the last time they did it live. The next song on that side is Rocker. Super fast paced for AC/DC. The last time they did that song was 1995. Not released as a single. Very surprising. And then they closed side 1 with Problem Child. The last time they did that live was 2016. So I was kind of surprised they didn't do Rocker, like a little bit sooner. Maybe because it's so fast. Now that they're getting older, they can't keep up that pace. It'd almost be like Balls to the Wall, how it's a little bit slower, and that Rocker just kind of has that pace to it. So maybe that's why they haven't done that. So like I said, if you have not heard those 5 songs from AC/DC, you're somewhat living in a closet. My next
in the closet.
My next one is from Whitesnake, and I will apologize, Dylan, for this one. So you can either call this Whitesnake, you can call it Whitesnake 1987, you can call it 1987, you can call it Whitesnake 87. There's so many variations of what people call this album. But it opens up with Crying in the Rain. This was released as a CD promo single from 1988. Just a great opening track. Video made for this one. Just a great song. Way to open it. The next one was Bad Boys. This was the only song on this side that was not released as a single. But the last time they did it live was in May 12th of 2022 in Scotland. And like I said, we've seen Whitesnake do that song live. The next song, In the Still of the Night, released as a single March 2nd of 1987. The next one on that album, Here I Go Again, the song that got them out of $3 million in debt, released October 19th of 1987. And to close out that side one is Give Me All Your Love, released January 4th of 1988.
All your hugs and kisses, too.
All your hugs and kisses, too, Dylan. Yes, so there's only one song on that side that was not released as a single. But, you know, they did it 3 years ago live. So, once again, those 5 songs, you know, are very powerful for Whitesnake. And then my third album, I went to 1992. I believe it's in August. Jackyl, self-titled. Side 1. The 5 songs on this side were released all as singles. It opens up with I Stand Alone. It actually made the mainstream rock charts at number 32. The second song off that album is Dirty Little Mind. That rang 35th on the mainstream rock charts at one time. Song number 3, Down on Me. That ended up 10th on the mainstream rock charts. Song number 4 was released in 1993. When Will It Rain? Actually reached number 11 on the mainstream rock charts. And song 5 to close out the side pretty much closes out their set as well. The Lumberjack that reached chart number 24 on the mainstream rock charts. So like I said, you guys kind of went different ways. I went.
You played the hits.
I played the fucking hits. And that's what, you know, like I do with maybe when I do the drafts, I pick the hits. You know, if you want to do a perfect side, unfortunately, in my mind, you have to play the hits. Everybody likes it. So, Righty, I will let you bash the fuck out of my list.
All right. I love you, BB.
I know.
However,
I don't think he's going to bash it.
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Yeah, this was an odd period when it came out because I mean AC/DC. I mean they were known, but like when Back in Black hit, boom, they were everywhere, and you'd heard Dirty Deeds the song before, but like you're like, what is this from? But when this came out, everyone was like, holy shit! Like here it is. Like I don't know what the dynamics were, why it wasn't released here or whatever, but the song is great, fun song. I love the spoken word, the concrete shoes, cyanide, TNT. Love at First Feel. This is an underrated song. This song, I would love to see them do this live. It's just like a great sleazy song. Definitely of the time you could tell because this was like around when Power Ridge was out and stuff like that, and you had the Jack on, you know, between that and High Voltage. Like this song fit in that early period of how Bond used to do like the sleazy shit. Big Balls. This is fun. This may be the most fun song we talked about tonight. Just the double entendres that are in
Baby,
there.
I'm a Star is not the most fun song we're talking about tonight?
What?
Baby, I'm a Star is not the most fun?
No, it's not. But I love how he sings it. He sings it like he's the high society. Like the way he fucking
is prim and proper.
Shit on this is great. Rocker. Rocker's a weird one for me because by the time this came out, I had already had If You Want Blood, You Got It. And it's the closing track on that album. And I was like, what the fuck album is this song from? And because that came out in 79. So or 78 or 79 it came out. And I was like, what is this song from? Like, it wasn't one that was known. But then when this came out, I'm like, oh, that's what it's from. Then I'm like, shit, I'll take the version on the live album any day. And not surprisingly, I always think of BC when I hear the song Problem Child. And let me tell you why. He was a problem child, don't get me wrong. However, one of the guys we used to work at the firehouse, we used to call him Problem Child. Because every time someone would bring something up, he would say, that's a problem, that's a problem, that's a problem. So we would call him Problem Child. And then the one night, we had a fire company meeting, and then we went out. It was me, BC, my brother. I don't think you were in the group yet. Skip and Gert were there. And we were up in Simpson. Yeah. BC hooks up with this girl. He goes home with her. So the next day, we're at the firehouse, and BC's mom is calling everybody because he was still living home at the time. Brian didn't come home last night, and I'm like, and so like I knew what was going on, and something crazy happened with that too, but we won't get into that. So it was funny because
psycho love
because we were all talking about it. And I'm like, I know where he's at. He's fine. And then the guy that we called Problem Child's like, and they call me Problem Child. Just fucking remember that like it fucking happened yesterday. So that's why I always think of BC when I hear that song. So I really enjoyed that one. I'll go with Jackyl next because it came up next on my list here. I had the list all fucked up, by the way, you guys. That was my other fuck up on this episode. I Stand Alone. Another Harpo song. Another Harpo song.
Music.
Great opening riff to an album. That kick in. Jesse James sounds great. And these guys were different when they came out. They were one of the first like modern southern rock type bands. They weren't metal. They weren't straightforward. They were just like had that southern tinge to them. I love the stomp and then the Dirty Little Mind. Dirty Little Mind. I love the one part. Yeah, she's BAD. Like just like little things like that are great. Down on Me slows it down a little bit. This was another Harpo song. They used to play this one too. Gives the album a little bit of breathing room. When Will It Rain brings it up a little bit. Harpo played this song too.
Harpo was in love with
Jackyl.
Jackyl.
They love Jackyl. But this one's got like a little slow burn to it, like a cool intensity to it. I love the thumping feel for the bluesy solo. Really good one. There's a cool part that da-da-da, like a real heavy bridge after the solo that is very cool. Redneck punk back to the down, like just back to the fast, more intense rocking type of Jackyl. And then we get into the lumberjack for the last one. First time anyone's ever used the chainsaw as a lead instrument or any kind of instrument on an album makes it very cool. BB's still mad they didn't get the chopped up chair at M3, but always a fun song. And that would not be the last time that they used the chainsaw in a song, by the way. Whitesnake 87, side 1. A black cat moans when he's burning with that fever. John Sykes just absolutely crushes on this album. Absolutely crushes on this album. It's too bad that him and David Coverdale couldn't get along and record like after this, because I mean he's on the American version of Slide It In, and then this just, and speaking of guys that are in their main wheelhouse of vocal abilities, David Coverdale on this 1000% is at his vocal height here, crushing open. BC, remember when we saw Whitesnake? It was, I want to say, it was Dokken, Whitesnake and Scorpions and Wilkes-Barre. Remember that show? You were there too.
Yes,
And
because you guys sat up on the side. I had to sit with your brother.
Yeah.
Wilkes-Barre,
Oh, that's right. That was before he was uninvited.
I've only seen Whitesnake at M3.
Okay. Remember, Doug Aldrich absolutely crushed this song at that show. I remember that, like, it was so vivid, like, how Doug Aldrich just friggin' killed it. Bad Boys, probably my favorite Whitesnake song. I fucking love this song.
What you gonna do?
Huh?
What you gonna do?
When they come for you.
When they come for you. Bad boys. And I love when he goes, and some bad girls. I fucking love that. The version of this on the Donington show is like my ultimate favorite thing. And that has Steve Vai and Adrian Vandenberg on guitars, and that is killer. Still of the Night, just heavy song. You get that slow down, that atmospheric part in the middle, that build to the solo, and then John Sykes just tears your friggin' head off on that one. Here I Go Again. This is a song that I somewhat burned out on because I heard it fucking everywhere. Then they did that stupid fucking shitty remix of it. came out with the stupid plinky keyboards in it. But the original, well, not even the original version. This one in Crying in the Rain, there are versions on older Whitesnake songs, but they're rocked up on this one. Right. This is the one we were trying to think of on the way home from the record show. With like a hobo, I used to walk along, whatever.
Now it's like a drifter.
Yeah, it used to be hobo. The hobo turned into a drifter. Very melodic song. This one's I have to, and I've mentioned before, I've been trying to go back to songs that I'm burned out on, to like how you felt about them when they were before you were burned out on them, you know. And it was just a good, solid.
And then when you saw, the video and
then
you flip on the Jaguars, you're like,
you could have just hit mute and it would have been fine.
She's gonna shake her ass on the hood.
What are we doing?
That's right.
What are we doing?
Rest in peace, Tony Katane, by the way.
Yeah.
Give Me All Your Love. This song is fantastic also. One of my favorites in the catalog. Just rocks from the start. Great riffing. Keyboards are mixed in perfectly. The bass and drums are awesome on this one. Great album side.
Dylan.
Okay. Let's start with Jackyl. So
Jackyl with you people.
Jackyl, fantastic. I think I Stand Alone is such a great statement song for a band. This is who we are. I love the calm response of the chorus with the gang vocals. I think it's such a good the stomping chorus is what makes this song for me. I love that stop-start riff going with the chorus. Oh, it's so good. And then going into Dirty Little Mind, I mean, we've all done the Dirty Little Mind. It's a really great 1-2 punch. And then Down on Me, kind of Jackyl's, in my opinion, signature song that I used to hear a ton of. I thought that I love that as well. And then the two songs that I didn't have as much experience with, When Will It Rain and Redneck Punk, I really liked as well. I thought that they were good. And The Lumberjack, I can't not listen to this song and think about the scene in Studio 666 where the keyboardist is like in the bedroom having sex and then gets killed by the chainsaw as the Lumberjack song is
that
playing.
Dave Grohl movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's the Foo Fighters movie. And this song is the soundtrack to that scene. And it's great. It's a great scene. So yes, I really, really like that side that you picked. We'll start with AC/DC. I find it interesting that you picked two albums that it's a clusterfuck to figure out what the actual order is for like these albums, because there's the Australian version of this, and then there's the international version, and the Australian version is so different in terms of what's with Problem Child. That's the Australian version of
I was going to say the Millionaire one isn't even on Dirty Deeds.
Yeah, I think it's on the back half of the album. Yeah, for the international version. But yeah, and what I like about this side one is that it doesn't have Big Balls on it. My problem with the song Big Balls is I think it's good for like a bonus track. I don't think it's an album proper kind of song, because there's not much to it besides, oh, ha ha ha, the double entendre. We're talking about debutante balls, but we're actually talking about my balls.
Well, how do you know?
Like, there's nothing
Maybe
to
he's
it.
actually really talking about debutante balls.
There's no Angus solo in it to elevate the song. It
Right.
just kind of continue. It's the same speed the whole time.
It's the blueprint for Steel Panther.
That's true.
Oh yeah, that's
fun.
great.
Yeah,
That's why Dylan likes it.
loves
Yeah.
it.
And like that's really the only problem that I have with the international version of the side, because Rocker is a super fast-paced song, really fantastic. Love at First Field, like you said, very good, underrated song. And Problem Child, the first of two appearances for Problem Child. This is the better version because it has the longer outro. And I think it's a great song. I love that intro of the cut this. And then the I'm hot and when I'm not, I'm cold as ice. Great song. Okay, so Whitesnake. Again, there's like
Maybe if we just keep jamming Dylan with Whitesnake, he might say, hey, that's not too bad.
So not only is there a North American version, a European version, there's a Bulgarian version, there's the 20th anniversary edition, there's the 30th anniversary edition. Like, what fucking version of this album is somebody supposed to listen to? It is so hard to be a person and it's like, oh, which version of Still the Night should I listen to? The 87 version, the regular version, the Ozzy Osbourne remix? You know, like, there's too much, like, just give me a song. It's like, oh, you listened to the wrong version of that song. Like,
That's
I
not
hate
the one
that.
you listen to.
I hate that. It's so gatekeepy of like, oh, you need to listen to this version. And that's probably my biggest pet peeve with Whitesnake, besides the lyrics. And also, so with these two versions, I don't think either version opens with the right opener. I don't think Crying in the Rain is a good opener. I don't think Still the Night is the best opener. I think it's a better opener than Crying in the Rain. Why did they not open with Bad Boys? Like, Bad Boys is such a good punch-you-in-the-face opener of a song. I think even when we saw them in M3, they opened with Bad Boys. I think that was the opening song that they did.
Was it?
I think so. And I just, like... Here I go again. Absolute burnout factor, obviously. But, I mean, like, objectively... They're all good songs to somebody that likes Whitesnake or is into Whitesnake. I don't like Whitesnake, but like I can understand your thought process behind this for sure. Like if I was
like
Whitesnake,
only Bad Boys, the only time was not released as a single.
Yeah,
you know,
Should have been.
so
should have been
some long songs too in the first half. Like that's another thing. This is a long ass album. Crying in the Rain of 5 minutes 37 as an opener. Oof. But yeah,
settle down there, Dream Theater. All right.
Yeah. Listen,
that's a quick 5 minutes. All right.
Yeah, there's something, but you know, it is what it is. I understand your thought process. I can't fault you for picking it because like I'm not a fan of the band, so
right.
You know, it's a
and
it's a personal taste for me.
The second I picked it.
Yeah.
This would be the 10th time I said I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then, you know...
Don't apologize.
I wish I could be as positive about your picks as you were with mine. Jackyl was a fantastic pick.
No, I totally understand.
And an out of left field pick, too. Like kind of off the beaten path. I really appreciated that. And it reminded me how much I like Jackyl. And actually kind of got me down like that, like, sleazy, dirtbaggy 90s... Because I went into Ugly Kid Joe, like, after that. And
sure.
So, like, yeah. No, that was a really good pick. And besides Big Balls, Dirty Deeds Enter Cheapest to me. Because all the other songs are really, really good. So.
Okay.
Sorry to come in so hot.
No. BC, talk this poor boy down.
Talk him off the ledge, BC.
It's not worth it.
I blanked out. Did I talk about my...
That's how you debate. That's how you debate.
I'm not gonna. I will make a promise. I will not bring up Whitesnake for the rest of the year. I promise.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. AC/DC. I mean, come on. It's Bon Scott era AC/DC. I'm in. Dirty Deeds. Done Dirt Cheap. Classic. Love at First Feel. I love just the love at first feel. Big Balls. We've got the biggest balls on the ball. But anyways, Rocker. This is like AC/DC pit music. And then Problem Child. There's enough said about that already. Strong riff on that one. Jackyl. Like Steve said, when these guys first came out, I was like, damn, they were just had that tinge to them or something that made them stand out in the crowd. To me, I Stand Alone. Solid drums, classic riff. Down on Me. Oh, I'm sorry, Dirty Little Mind. Who does that with Dirty Little Mind? Down on Me. When Do It Rain. All Harpo tunes. I forgot how much they played the hell out of these guys.
Yeah.
Will Irwin, I love the groove of that. Redneck Punk, Fast Paced Rocker, and Lumberjack. He's got a chainsaw. That's what I gotta say about that. Whitesnake 87, European, American,
Bulgarian,
Simpson version. Who cares? But Crying in the Rain. To me, the soloing in that song just tears it up. But Bad Boys, I agree with Dylan. That would be a way to open up. That just fucking. That's probably my favorite out of all of these. Tommy, the drums in it. Just Still Tonight. Good song. Just I think it's a little fatigued there. Here I Go Again is totally fatigued. It's in TV commercials for crying out loud. Mm-hmm. And Give Me All Your Love. And that's a very good. I love the bass line.
It's got a good thump to it.
Yeah. Got a little good to it. But no, there are three good ones.
All right. We got everybody?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed this one. Good playlist. I was... last night I was actually just kind of hanging out and... we usually record on Wednesdays. We're recording on 2 weeks in a row on Tuesday because we got concerts 2 Wednesdays in a row. So last night I was just playing this playlist through my stereo and watching Monday Night Football, and so I kind of just like let it play all night. So it was a good list, to rock to, and I'm really digging the playlist for next week's episode. That's what I was playing when you came in, but so let's go around. We'll do final words. Pick your favorite album from each guy, even yourself, and we'll get up on out of here. Okay, BB.
All right, yeah, this was fun. I like how, like, every once in a while, sometimes we all come in the same exact way, and then some other times, like today, we kind of came in a little different, especially me. But there's no really complaints about anybody's side. There's some great music here. There's no really anything to bash anybody about. Dylan, I think my favorite one from you is Anthrax. I was just in the Anthrax mood, and just hearing those 5 songs, it just total killer. But like I said before, you could have picked either side. Righty, I'm gonna go with Ozzy. Like I said, that's just a desert island album for me. And BC, I think I'll go with. Man, it's a tough one. It's almost like a flip of the coin. I'll go Tora Tora. We talk a lot about Vane every once in a while. I'm gonna go Tora Tora. There are just some great guitar riffs that are in there, just that are very underrated. Anthony's vocals are great. And like I said, this is a great episode. Just a different look, how everybody had, and no complaints, man. There's some really good music tonight.
Dylan.
Yeah, I did have fun listening to most of this episode picks, and you can listen to all of them on the Spotify playlist of the week.
Even White Snake.
They will be in the show notes. Yep, I've already made the playlist, so White Snake's already in there. My favorite from mine, the one that I go to the most out of these 3 is probably Anthrax for Among the Living. With BB, it's absolutely Jackyl. Great pick. Fantastic. BC, it would have been Vane if you went with side 1, but I have to go Skid Row because Skid Row's fantastic. And Vane side 1, that no cuts. No cuts for me. Even the one song that I didn't know as much, Aces, I really liked. And then Dad, for yours, I have to go Rush because those are all songs that consistently make playlists for me. So, I had to do it. But I like this exercise because it makes you think, what is there any skippers on some of your favorite albums? Because you can think about an album that you really love and then try to figure out side 1, side 2, and then you could be like, I don't really like that one as much, and that kind of wrecks it. So it's really cool to try and find a streak that you could pick up, and I think everybody did a really good job. Even if it wasn't to my personal taste, I think objectively most everybody did really good picks for perfect sides.
All right. BB, you didn't pick your favorite from yours.
White Snake.
All right. Don't do that.
No, don't be ashamed of
Stand up
liking.
for your pick.
Don't be ashamed
I'm
of
gonna pick
liking.
White Snake.
All right, there you go. That's more like
The
it.
amount of shit that I brought in that I'm the only fan of, and I'm alone on that. I understand that I am alone with my White Snake hate, so definitely don't feel bad about it. I'm just gonna rant about it.
He
Apparently,
didn't like bands with W. He didn't like Wasp either.
Wasp, yeah.
All right, BC.
I like Weezer.
Okay.
I got that feeling like when you bite into a bad pumpkin seed, you're like, ooh.
Okay. Yeah, this was fun. I mean, there's so many great choices we could have picked that we did pick.
We'll save them for next time.
Same for episode 2, part 2. I was going to pick ones. Dylan's got to go with Anthrax. I mean, it brought me back. I haven't listened to this album quite some time. Flood of memories and how good this is. Steve, I'm going to go with probably Ozzy for you. Because that album is really, in the last 10 years, really not grown. I mean, not that I didn't like it, but just gets like, I'm like, damn. I hear more things that I listened to it years ago, or when it first came out. BB, I gotta go Jackyl with you. That's just I remember when I first heard them and that album, I was like, no dogs on the cover, so how can you go wrong?
Dog.
Dag. And if I had to pick one of mine, I gotta go with Skid Row by Hair.
All right. Yeah, this was fun. I like that it was a product of a bullshit session after we recorded that came to fruition here, and we got to all talk about it. And because I think that night we were talking about, we threw around probably 30 fucking albums, and then there were ones that, like what Dylan said, like but like that one song is like, you're like,
It's always done.
So it was a little tougher than you think it would be to do that, especially if you're in like listening to stuff honestly. But then, like I said, like I sometimes have to take myself back to when I first listened to songs before I was burned out on them. And like I had to do that with "Here I Go Again" from the Whitesnake album. So my favorites from Dylan's was, I'm gonna go with Kansas just because of the musicmanship on that one, and that I've been thinking about it a lot lately. That just like I'm just amazed by musicians, like bands. All musicians. Anyone that has enough balls to get up, plug in, play in front of people has my respect, regardless if he played total shit or whatever. But like bands that play complicated stuff like Rush, Kansas. I even throw Dream Theater in there, BC. We're watching them. I'm like, how the fuck do these guys remember this? Like, how can you remember this stuff? Like, good Lord. Like, it's insane. We remember songs, but like, you know.
And only Jordan has the sheet music.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, from BC, I'm gonna say Tora Tora, because I hadn't listened to that album in a while, and it kind of sparked me too when I heard 28 Days on Sirius last week, and I gotta go Whitesnake for BB's. Like Jackyl would be a second one, but I just remember like putting that on, just like, man, John Sykes, just legendary playing on this album. Has and it's funny too, because like a couple ones like have my favorite songs from these bands on there, like Bad Boys on this one, and from my own, I think I would pick. I'd go Van Halen, I think, because that has like I said, it has kind of a soft spot for me because it was the first Van Halen album that came out since I had become a fan, and so I always got a soft spot for that one. Like I said, like even side 2. Sunday afternoon in the park, I'm like on it, but like I love One Foot Out the Door. That gets shit on a lot, which I don't understand, but it's a great album. It's fun. It's dark for Van Halen, and but just absolutely fun. So great episode, a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to next week's. Like I said, I'm enjoying the hell out of the playlist for that, and we've only had it for a couple of days, so but it's going to be a fun one. One of our awesome returning guests will be with us next week, and actually it's going to be another. It's tough with around the holidays and stuff with so much stuff going on and stuff. So we're going to actually be recording on Monday next week, another day earlier. So, but that's neither here nor there. So, appreciate everybody listening. Thank you for all the work you guys do on this, bringing this podcast together. And I know it's a labor of love. If once it becomes a pain in the ass, I'm out. Some episodes are a little tougher than others to do. I will say that, and but it's always fun. But it's always fun when this happens. Sometimes the prep, you're like, oh man, that just sucks. But then when you get talking about it and everybody's in the same room here, it's awesome. So really enjoy it. So Thanksgiving will be in a couple days from us. So happy Thanksgiving to all my friends here. And I hope that you guys will hear this the week after. So I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. That's it for us on this one. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. If you're a new listener, welcome. If you're a vintage listener, welcome back. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We will see you next time. And there definitely will be a next time.